Did it work? Did it work? Was that better? I like the little bit of a sort of a build up at the beginning, and then bosh straight in there. Hopefully that worked. I didn't do any of the tricky cinematics rubbish today because it just ends up going wrong because it ends up somehow slow and then stops and whatever. So straight in from the cheesy music right here, right now. So hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Tech Automotive YouTube channel and our Sunday lives. The weather's pretty crap outside, so what better can you think of than coming here, sharing your car stories, talking, banter, having a moan, whatever you fancy, just do it. It's what we're here for. And yeah, I like to provide a few updates as well as we go along for anything that's going on in the motor industry that you guys might want to know, and then just general life, really. We're all here for a bit of chat, here for a bit of banter, and yeah, so let's crack on. It's 7 o'clock. We've made it another week, guys, finally. But you know what that means? That does mean that Monday is right around the corner and start of a new week. But the clocks went backwards this weekend, so backwards last night, which does mean that you lucky folks that actually got an extra hour in bed, got an extra hour in bed. If you've got kids, you'll know what I mean. You'll know what I mean. Evening, Mr. B. Mr. B, that's me, Mr. B. You're Mr. Paul, Mr. W. Evening, Mr. W. Oh, you mean Mr. Barrington? This is me. I'm so behind. LED flicker. That is a bit annoying, isn't it? I have to get around that. Unless I put my light on. Remember the light I used in the winter last time? It is a bit flickery, isn't it? We don't need that, guys. We don't need that. And what Mike means by this little bit here, where it says, we'll chat later, if whenever you was at school and you used to get see me after written on your, I don't know, a test paper or a bit of homework or something like that, you used to get see me. It's a bollocking, right? There's no better way to put it. It's a bollocking. So I'm going to get a bollocking for that because I should know better. So that's that is what that means. That is what that means. It's brilliant because everyone needs a Mr. Barrington in their life to kick their ass. So that's what we're doing. That is what he's doing. So yeah. Wow, what a week, guys. The motor trade is not slowing down at all. It's crazy. Normally this time of the year, we've got September out of the way, new cars are delivered, exchange cars have been prepped, sold, and so on and so forth. That's just not happened this year. It's just nuts. It's just absolute carnage. It seems that a lot of folk are taking on board what I said about just having the basics done on your car. So there was a spate, if you like, of really, really poor condition cars. And it was pretty bad, to be fair, it was bad. And that's not happened since, not really. There's been the odd one or two, always will be. But that seems to have changed somewhat, which is cracking news. It means you guys are looking after your cars just that little bit better. I mean, if you don't know what you're looking at, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Any garage around any area that you live in will check your stuff over. If you've got one that you trust, even better. But get your cars checked over, guys. A lot of people offer free visual health checks. I know a lot of dealerships do. And also, some garages will do a winter check, say like 30 quid will get you a so many point check, and you'll get like a little goodie bag or something like that as well. So sometimes that is well worth it. You don't just have to have an MOT every year, guys. You can have as many checks as you want. Failing that, have a look at the Tech Automotive YouTube channel, because there's bags and bags of videos on there of me showing you how to check your oil level, check your tyres, check your brakes, check your windscreen wipers, check everything. Little how-to videos that are going to help you understand a little bit better what's going on and obviously help you stay a little bit safer and put a bit more money in that pocket. So if you know what condition your tyres in, should you go for an MOT and someone tell you that they're completely worn out and bald and you know they're not, there you go. You've got an argument, guys. You're not going to spend money you don't need to spend, which is ideal. Evening, Mr. Conlin. Nice to see you here, buddy. It's always nice to see my regulars here. It's fantastic. I get to talk to you throughout the week as well, which is great. I love the messages I get off people. I love the comments. I love the tags. I love everything that I get off subscribers, friends, absolute legends out there that you are. It's brilliant. Your car is probably the most expensive item you'll buy. Why not? Yeah, totally. It's also an investment. So, like Paul says, it's expensive. So why would you want to run it into the ground and then have to pay more and more and more? If you can carry out preventative maintenance, then you're more likely to get less of a kick in the arse that should MOT time come, or smaller breakdowns rather than if you just leave it to go to shit, big things break. Now, I've got a prime example of this. It happened this weekend, or sort of back end of last week. Had a customer who has been saying about his brakes for quite a while. He's been hearing grinding noises and that. And I've looked and I've quoted and I've listened and I've quoted and I've quoted and I've quoted. And it's kind of gone to the back of the owner's mind each time. They've just turned the radio up and get rid of that noise. This went a little bit further than just a noise this time. Unfortunately, the noise was ignored that much that the rear brakes totally collapsed. There's a picture on the Tech Automotive Instagram. One side of the rear brakes just fell apart. So the shoe disintegrated. The shoe backing was grinding away on the drum, and it had gone that far that the wheel cylinder had popped. And the only way the customer knew that it was game over for the car at this point was because he lost the brake pedal. There was no pressure. He went to press the brake pedal, nothing happened. Now, that, guys, is about as far as it goes before you wrap your car around a tree or a lamppost. All because the radio can be turned up and noises can be drowned out. Do you know what I mean? It's quite scary that it got to the point of not being able to press your brake pedal before something had to be done. It's scary. It's really, really scary. Mark IV Caddy fog covers. How do you take them off? Which damaged them? Very stiff. They are, buddy. Is it just the plastic blanks that are in there now, just so you can fit fog lights in there? They are very, very stiff. You're not wrong at all. You can get behind them if you take the under tray off, or even just the arch linings. You can get behind them and you can push them out rather than getting anything on them and pulling them out. What I tend to do in the dealership is that, because you can put a hook. There's a hole usually in fog light covers, and you can put a hook in there. But like you say, they're really stiff. So if you pull on that hook too far, you're going to crack the actual blank, or you're going to crack something, damage a bumper, and probably punch yourself in the face as well. So my ideal advice is to just get behind it, buddy, and just push them out as best you can. You're not going to damage the bumper. They are only on clips that are, like you say, quite stiff. Just push them out like that and you'll be sorted, matey. Absolutely, Mr. C. That for me was pretty scary, and a few gentle bollockings happened with regards to, I'm not telling you this for the benefit of my health or my pocket. I'm telling you this because I don't want you to hurt yourself or hurt anyone else using the road. Now, I understand where people are coming from. I totally get it. Times are hard, money's tight, things are expensive. But on the flip side, like I mentioned earlier, if preventative maintenance was carried out and that was highlighted, that's a cheaper fix, just replacing just the shoes, because that's all it would have been, just the shoes, rather than then having to recover the car, replace the hydraulic wheel cylinders that popped, clean everything off, pull out the damage. You have to obviously replace the shoe set. You had to replace the shoes themselves. Comes as a kit. Drums as well. It's all just a bit of a nightmare. And that adds up, guys. Unfortunately, that does add up. And that could have been avoided massively had the advice been taken. Now, again, I get it. I get it. And I will say it until I'm blue in the face. I know what you mean, guys. It's expensive. But does it outweigh the expense that it costs you having your car off the road, not being able to work, while waiting for the parts to be delivered. Because between me and you guys, parts delivery times, if you're in the networking and you know, are crap at the minute if you can get the parts. They are very, very slow. Any form of delivery, very, very slow. And obviously, supply and demand, the prices are up there. So everything's expensive, guys. So you need to have a think before ignoring the noise or hoping it will get to next payday or hoping it will get to next MOT. MOTs in the UK are bare minimum standard. If your car's failing an MOT, it's in pretty bad shape. Let's be honest, it's in pretty bad shape. The brake pad minimum thickness in the UK is 1.5 millimeters. If you've got 1.5 millimeters of tread left on your tyre, it's illegal. 1.5 millimeters of pad, you'll pass. Anything less than 1.5 millimeters of pad, you'll fail. Now, if you look at a tyre on 1.6 mil, which is a legal limit, how thin and bald does that look? Transfer that onto your brake pads, how thin and bald do they look? And they're stopping you guys. They're the thing that stop you hitting a wall, hitting a lamppost, hitting someone. Do you know what I mean? Like it said in the comments, like Steve said in this comment here, brakes and tyres are the most important thing on your car, 100%. The tyres are the last port of call onto your last port of contact from your vehicle onto the road. If you've got no tyres, your brakes aren't going to do anything. Your suspension's not going to do anything. Your gears aren't really going to do anything because your car's unable to stop. There's no grip between your car and that road. Tyres are number one. Tyres are rated in this country for sale. They've gone through the test. So any tyre on sale at any brand, any manufacturer have passed UK tests. If they haven't, you'll know about it and they won't really be for sale to the general public. There's also a little stem off from that. Part-worn tyres. Part-worn tyres, guys. Now, my opinion, and this is only my opinion, I'm not affiliated with anyone. My opinion on part-worn tyres is don't do it. Don't do it. It's terrifying. You don't know where that tyre's come from. You don't know how old that tyre is until you look at it. All tyres have a dot code on them, which is a manufacturing date. I'll have a week and a year on it. Done a video on that. Check it out on the channel. You don't know what's being fitted. Has that car been in an accident that they've taken that tyre from? Has that tyre been run dry? Has it been ran flat? Has it been overheated? There's so many things you're not going to know when you're buying that part-worn tyre. So, yeah, it will get you through an MOT, maybe. It might have a bit more life on the one that you've taken off. But is it safe? Got to ask yourself that question. Is paying 35 quid for a part-worn with no guarantees, and it might not be safe, and it might be really old, better than paying 45 quid for a brand new budget that's brand new, never been fitted, comes with every certification that tyre's ever been through, and is fitted by a professional? Just think, guys. It's you've got to weigh up the pros and cons. What's going to cost you more in the long run, and then you'll find it looks after yourself in the long run. If that makes sense. Yeah, totally. Give your car a check over before it goes for an MOT, 100%. Even if you just kick the tyres and wipe its arse, you've had a look at your car, check all the bulbs, check things that you physically know how to check. If there's something you don't know how to check, fair enough. Give it to the people that can, or take it to someone you know. If you know any techies or anything like that, do you know what I mean? It's dead easy. Then there will always be a specialist of some description for that vehicle, that brand, that drivetrain, damn wheels, anything like that. There will always be a specialist. And someone knows what they're talking about that you can go to, ask questions. There's people online like myself. You can always send a message into the Tech Automotive channel or into the Tech Automotive email address or any of our socials, which is Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, everything. We're on everything. And I will always answer back. We've crashed. Rubbish. Yeah, like I was saying, we'll always answer back. And Mike answers too. And Mike is very, very knowledgeable when it comes to all things cars. And if he's not sure, he'll say he ain't sure, and it'll get passed on to me. And that's how we work. And it works really well as a team. So Michael, if he's not busy, will answer any question. And it happens more than you think if he gets to it before I do. And then it will get passed to me if he's not quite sure. And we'll talk, and Michael will learn something, and then the person that's asking the question will also get the answer that they want. So Mike's learning as well as this other person's learning. It's fantastic. So it works really well as a team. We work really, really well. I won't change it for the world either. He's out there. I can see his cameras attached to this live stream. So he's watching the live stream as an admin. I got a brew on today, guys. I've not got a beer on. It's not been that bad of a week. I've also got a Ciroc pen. Look at that. Anyone remember the Ciroc? Let's go with the Ciroc. I was there at the launch. So I got some goodies. I got goodie bags and all that kind of stuff. Exactly that, Mr. C. Don't touch part one tires, especially having a decent motor. Exactly that. I saw this yesterday, in fact. A Golf R. So a Golf R, if any of you don't know, is like the VRS version of a Volkswagen. It's 300 horsepower, standard, 4-wheel drive. It's coming. So you'd think 300 horsepower sounds quite a bit, doesn't it? And 4-wheel drive. So all four of your tyres, in an ideal world, need to be all right, half decent. This Golf R had a crazy mix match of very cheap branded tyres, all different speed ratings. None of the speed ratings actually went as high as the car did. So that's quite concerning, because if that car goes at its top speed, which is pretty quick, the tyres aren't rated for that speed. They're rated a lot less. So the tyres will not handle that speed very well. And if they should blow out, who's at fault there? Is that the customer for asking for them tyres? Is that the tyre fitting company for fitting them tyres? Bit of a grey area, that one, isn't it? But the reason your tyres come with Pirelli P7s on from factory is because your car has been tested with them Pirelli P7s. Again, I understand. Money's tight, budget and all that. But there are budget tyres out there that are a fantastic budget tyre. There are also mid-range tyre out there that perform exactly the same, or if not sometimes better, than the premium brands, which do your homework, guys. Honestly, I've always been a bit skeptical about tyres, and I fit tyres as well. And I see really big performance vehicles or heavy vehicles having some very, very ropey tyres put on them. And I thought, my Octavia, when I first bought it, it was secondhand. It was only 2 years old, I think it was, when I got it. And it came with one Conti on the back, one Michelin on the back, and then two of the squarest, plasticest, awful looking tyres you've ever seen in your life. And I drove it from Derby back to Lincoln on these awful, I think they were auto grip, something crazy like that. Honestly, the noise was insane. And the shake from the steering wheel, I thought I'd bought an absolute knacker. So the first thing I did with my brand new car to me is I took it to where I work, put it on my ramp, lifted it in the air, ripped it a new arsehole, and kindly let the selling dealership know there were some issues that needed rectifying pretty sharpish. And what I did was, I understand the tyres. They'd put some tyres on that were okay for the car, but the cheapest they could find. So I put some Falcons on. And they're half a known brand, if you like, Falcons. They're all right. And that opened my eyes, really, because the Falcons did better than the Michelin and the Continental on the bike. They were all had plenty of tread on, don't get me wrong. But the Michelins are just noisy and really crap in the rain. And the Continentals, just sidewall is just so soft. So I tried the Falcons and I thought, wow, this is a tyre. This for me is a tyre. And then I put, when the Michelin and the Contis wore down on the bike, I put Falcons all around. The car's like a different car. And I think I said this to Mike as well, that try Falcons because he needed some tyres. Try Falcons, and he's tried Falcons. And I'm hoping somewhere in the comments that Mike's going to put his experience of these Falcon tyres. Now, Falcon are mid-range. They're not premium at all. And they're not budget. They're bang in the middle, I'd say. They're up there with Hankook and Avon, and maybe even Dunlop. But let's just let's see what Mike's opinion on the Falcon tyres are and what happened to his car when he put them on. And then, we've got an exciting announcement for all you tech automotive fans out there. So this video is recorded as well, and it is posted on the YouTube channel. It's also posted on Facebook. So I will get a Facebook ban for this. I always do. Don't worry. It's all copyright. It normally gets sorted out. Probably because I've shown that. Yeah, Pepsi. I'll get a ban for that. And if I show any other brands, I'll get a ban for that. Wait for it. So if we're going to get a ban on Facebook, we'll do it properly because it's always good fun. So we will. Everyone know that ban? Hey, it says Robert backwards. Hey, Tree Ball Mints. Yeah, we'll get a ban for that. I'll probably get a ban for that as well. Karok. So you get the drift. You get the drift. Oh, no, Mr. C's got no beers in. Wounded. Paul's got Falcons on the Focus. I've been in Paul's Focus. What a car. It's a very, very clean car as well. Hello, sweetheart. My eldest daughter is in the room now as well, guys. Sending me love. I think she's out as well. So I think she's watching me on a break. Must be. But it's good to have the support here. Definitely. Have we got any more brands? Oh, yeah, I've got another brand. Hang on. Mac Tools. Mac Tools. There we go. You can just about see Mac Tools there. We're getting all the brands in here, guys. And Mr. Codlin, you're going to know that I have not yet replaced this. It's coming. Eventually. It's coming. I will get to repairing my glove box. Exactly that, Mr. B. Exactly that. Falcons race. They had Bridgestones. I think the sidewalls were shot. Bridgestone and Michelin, I want to say, are shite for sidewall perish. They're terrible. They're awful. I have not yet seen a perished Falcon. There might be time. I don't know. There might be. But I've not yet seen a perished Falcon. Falcons still look new, almost a year old with plenty of reviews. There's a video on the channel of me cleaning a tyre. Now, I very, very, very much recommend this. Tyres pick up all kinds of crap off the road, including the slurry that they chuck down when it's cold and everything else. And you can clean most of it off, but rubber's quite porous and it will absorb quite a lot of it. Now, to keep these sidewalls and that from perishing, clean your tyres with a dedicated tyre cleaner, which on the video you'll see, you can put it on, you spray it on and it's white. Give it 2 seconds, it starts turning brown and pulling all that crap out of the porous parts of your tyre. That's the stuff, the crap off the road that gets in and cracks your tyres. That's what it is. So when you're doing your tyres, or when you're cleaning your car, just get that tyre cleaner, give a bounce round on each wheel. You'll not look back. The tyres remain supple, they stay alive longer. So definitely 100% do that. You did, Princess. You did tell me that you won't forget. Glad to have you here. Hopefully. Share the live. Tell all your mates. Your glove box piston. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Royal Mail, on the other hand, are really starting to boil my piss. Apologies for the bad language there. But Royal Mail are absolutely shocking at best. I could honestly rant about it for ages. But I'm not going to. There we go. Spoken from the man with all the experience in the world. The comment on the screen now, a tyre cleaner and a tyre SiO2 glaze is the better option. So clean that tyre and then glaze it after. And that's going to keep them tyres nice and supple. And it's going to prevent the cracking that you see on quite a lot of tyres out there. And once that cracking starts open, it's just like a pothole in a road. Starts off as a little crack and then turns into an absolute crater 2 minutes later. That's exactly what happens with a tyre. Excellent. I'm glad you're happy, Steve, that your glove box is working. Okay. And yeah, Royal Mail, mate. What a shit. Just booked the Mrs. IB for him for new Falcons on the front as a 2mm Pirellis. Yeah. Not look back, honestly. It might only be a small engine car, but Falcons are just so hard. They're great. They're quiet. They're awesome in the rain. They're good when you bury your car into a corner. They just don't seem to wear either. The last Falcon I killed was my own fault because I drove my car with really shit tracking, and I just carved the inside edge of the tire. The rest of the tire was absolutely spot on. The inside edge, I ripped a new one, so that was my fault. So it wasn't even Falcon, really. That was my fault. Yeah, exactly that, Paul. Royal Mail. Shit. Absolutely shit. I have got, though, guys, a fantastic announcement for all Tech Automotive fans. This is going to go everywhere. Brew time. For our Tech Automotive fans, if you are into car detailing or any form of car cleaning, and you see this man on the screen, just there, Valeting Supplies, there's a website. There's a website. It's coming. I'll flash it on the screen in a minute. We have, thank you very much to Mr. Watson of Valeting Supplies Online, our very own Tech Automotive discount code. We have a discount code for Paul's website. So you pick anything on Paul's website. It doesn't work for bundles and it doesn't work for already discounted items. Just bear that in mind. If Paul has discounted an item, you ain't going to get more off by using this code. It is only for full price items in the store. Plenty of them. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of them. But this code works. You pop it in at the checkout. It will take the 10% off everything eligible. And you get Paul smiling. He's down there now. You'll get him smiling. And hopefully I can help you guys out. As Tesco say, I'll get another ban for that. Every little helps. So 10% off your car cleaning stuff from Tech Automotive and Paul at Valeting Supplies for you guys is absolute like milestone. It's a godsend. Everyone needs that little helping hand. So we are giving that to you. I'm going to pop it there. Look, you'll see it on the bottom right now. Follow that website. That's a Facebook. So Paul Watson, Valeting Supplies Online, promo code TECH10. You'll see him on Facebook. Paul is not scared of talking to you guys, giving you the best advice he can give you and pointing you to the right products for what you need. He is not biased in any way, just like I'm not. He will not sell you shit. He will not sell you something that ain't going to work for you. There's no point. It's bad customer service, and it's not what he stands for. He stands for giving honest advice, experienced advice, and all the knowledge he has he will pass down to his customers. Simple as that. You will not be able to buy shit from Paul. Don't go asking him if there's a lesser product that's cheaper. Don't happen. It don't happen. Paul will only supply you what's tried and tested. You'll also see a lot of what he sells on his YouTube channel that he is trying and testing. So it's all first-hand experience from a very experienced detailer, valeter. Absolute god when it comes to valeting. He's taught me so much over the last God knows how long I've known him. And it's simple as that. Simple as that. So the ticker along the bottom that's floating below my chin now, if you follow that, go to his website. You can also chat to him on his Facebook, and he'd be more than happy to help you out. And from Tech Automotive and Paul to yourselves out there, have 10% on us. Good for Christmas. Christmas bundles are coming. Get yourself sorted. Get them ordered soon, because Royal Mail are going to fuck that up. Definitely. Get them sorted soon and get them here, ready to dish out to your family and friends with 10% off from us, guys. Get everyone car cleaning. It's the future. It's the future. And if we can share a little bit of advice as well, just like the tyres, stop them cracking, clean your car. But there's a way to do it. If we can do that and help out, that is the aim of our game. My favourite car. So my eldest daughter asked what my favourite car is. Now, anyone that knows me will know it's going to be a Skoda. They are my favourite car. I'm not into this Maserati crap. I wouldn't drive a Ferrari. I wouldn't drive a Lamborghini. Just don't interest me. I'd have a VRS. And in fact, I would have the same VRS Steve Codlin's got in the comments. He's got a very, very nice grey VRS, and you will see it on the channel if you go and have a look. I did a mechanical repair on his gearbox lever, and I also cleaned it. So you can see that car physically on the Tech Automotive YouTube channel, and that would be my favourite car. It'd be an Octavia VRS, and it would have a diesel engine in it. I'd definitely go with DSG though, definitely. Like Paul says, he'll talk to anyone, he'll ask a lot of questions, and he will find out what you want so he can guide you the best way possible and not give you crap. There we go, Paul. There's your first one, buddy. Some good interior cleaner. What you can do is you can message Paul outside of the chat, which I believe you already do. Tell him what you've got, tell him everything, and he'll sort you out with the best interior cleaner. That obviously tell him you want the shiny finish, the matte finish, you don't want any finish, you want a smell, you don't want a smell. Give him all the information you've got, all the information you want, and he will point you to the best product he stocks. Throw in your Tech Automotive or your Tech 10 discount code, winner. So the banner will come up on the Facebook page that I'm sorting. So yeah, get it done. Like Mike says, a clean car is an happy car, and it is that. And if I can help anyone achieve that, it's not as expensive as you think. It really isn't. Then why not? Because clean cars don't need repairing as much either, and that's me saying that. Number one issue with cars that start to age is rust that starts to appear. Now, rust is caused by oxidization of the metal underneath the paint. And the only thing that gets underneath the paint is the salt and shite off the roads. Now, if you don't clean it off quick enough, it eats into the paint or the lacquer, then the paint, then starts chewing into the metal. And once it's in there, it's really hard to get out. That's what happens. So if you clean your car more, will it not rust? Give it a go. See what you think. And it also looks and feels brilliant. And I know this is negligible, but I'm going to say it anyway. Does the excess dirt and that weigh down your car? Is it costing you more in fuel? Think about it, guys. Think about it. Skoda all the way. You know, I won't change. And no. It's going to take me a little bit to get around to the Mark IV Octavia. I am not a fan at the minute, but that could change. I just need to see a few more of them and drive a few more. See you later, Princess. Have a good night and enjoy the rest of what it is you're doing. Yeah, totally, Paul. Clean car is a looked after car. Paul's car is a 2010, I believe, or 2011 Focus. Bodywork's mint. Bodywork is absolutely immaculate. Need to say any more? And Paul obviously cleans his car and does a lot of demos on his car and stuff like that. So his car's definitely getting a clean. Is it making them last longer? Yeah, probably. Brew time. Oh, it's even older than I thought. It's 2009. It don't look like a 2009. I promise you that. Have a look at his channel, Valentine Supplies, on YouTube, and you get to see this Focus quite a lot. And it doesn't look like a 2009. Let me tell you that for nothing. So, clean car is a happy car indeed. So welcome, guys that are coming for the first time. It's great to see you. It's great to be here. And I love chatting away to you guys all of a Sunday evening. If you do have any car-related questions, it doesn't have to be Volkswagen. It doesn't have to be detailing. It could be anything. Chuck them in the comments, which might be there on your screen. They're there on my screen. I've got a wife that way. When she tries to be quiet, she can't. So this is quiet, honestly, guys. Right? And if I made a noise like this, she'd kick off. So she wants to feed me. Brilliant. Totally, Steve. Meteor grey. It's a great colour. It's a great colour, and I think Skoda do it very, very well with the split headlights on the Mark 3.5 Octavia. Your shape, fantastic, great looking. I've got an issue with my headlight at the minute on my passenger front. I drove through a really big puddle that I didn't see because it was dark on the way home from work that night. Pissed it down loads, particularly around here. And I can't get the water out. Now, it disappears when I turn the headlights on, obviously, because it heats up and it evaporates. But then it comes back, and it come back overnight as well, and the car doesn't park in a puddle or any water or anything like that, just filled with water. And if you know anything about Skodas or cars or anything like that, most of the time you've got to take a front bumper off to take the headlight out. Now, I don't want to do that, but I think it's going to get to the point where I do that to see if it's got a crack in it or drain it or repair it, whatever way I need to, because I don't want it to, preventative maintenance, guys, I don't want it to rot the headlight or cause any issues with the side lights or anything like that. So, yeah, we'll pop the channel. This is Paul's channel on YouTube. It's quite a long URL at the minute. It's down the bottom of the screen there. That will be changing, just that last little bit there, because Paul has hit a milestone on his YouTube channel, and you are eligible when YouTube get their arse in gear to change that URL, that last little bit, to a custom one. So hopefully, guys, you'll see it become a lot easier to type that in. Now Paul's hit his milestone, so well done to Paul, hitting that first 100 subscribers on YouTube. Absolute achievement. I know how hard it is, and I know how frustrating YouTube is, but you've done it, mate. So proud of you. Loads of love from Tech Automotive, because it is quite an achievement. And it might sound really sort of stupid to people out there. It's not. YouTube is by far one of the hardest apps or platforms, if you like, to get anywhere on, because there's so many people on it doing so many different things. We're all like little fish in a big pond. So to get that amount of subscribers is awesome. It's fantastic. So YouTube is massive, guys. So we have to feed the algorithm, and that is literally like a really, really pissed off child. You've got to give it cake and sweets. By cake and sweets, I mean like and shares. If you watch the video, it goes towards the algorithm. If you like a video on YouTube, it helps feed the algorithm again, keeps that YouTube child happy, and YouTube will then pass that video around to a wider audience. That's exactly what it does. And that's what helps the channel grow. So just a little free like, or 5 to 10 minutes of your time just to watch these videos, is massive to a YouTube channel, particularly a small one. And we appreciate it massively. So if you guys can do that, next time you see one of mine or Paul's videos pop up, chuck a little like on it, chuck a comment on it. The engagement is massive, and it does help a small channel grow. It means we can reach a wider audience and help more people. Just looking at the figures. It's brilliant. All these stats that I can see on my screen here is mental. I've used to do it on my phone. Now I'm on a laptop. So yeah, it's really, really good. Awesome fun. Awesome fun. Loads of things to click as well. Crazy. Right, guys, it's going to be a short and sweet one tonight. By that, I mean only 15 minutes shorter. I've not had my tea yet. I'm proper hungry, and I've got videos to edit, bits and bobs like that. So it's all for the YouTube channel. It's all for things that you guys may or may not enjoy. So that being said, guys, I'm going to leave it there, and I hope to see you in the comments. Hope to see you liking them videos, sharing that videos, and I will see you in all them videos and in the next live, which will be next Sunday. Until then, guys, happy Halloween. That is tomorrow. Trick or treat. Enjoy your sweets. Enjoy your time with your kids. And enjoy the scares. Have a great night. Have a great week. Lots of love from me. See you soon.